Welcome to Fantasia, home of the melodious. My name's Azallea, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys another Duel commentary, this time playing with some, well, Lyrical Luscinias. Okay, so looking at this hand is not too great, but we do actually have some plays. So we can summon the Mystic Piper, and then we can actually activate the Where Art Thou to search for a Turquoise Warbler. Now, I kind of want to activate the other Where Art Thou, so let's just do that. I'm going to take like a lot of damage during the end phase, but yeah, I think it'll be fine. We're going to add the Cobalt Sparrow to our hand. Now what we can do is tribute the Mystic Piper to go for some draws. Ooh, nice, Sapphire Swallow, that's always really good. So now what we can do is, now that we have an empty field, we can summon Turquoise Warbler, use Turquoise Warbler's effect to summon the Cobalt Sparrow. That's what you typically want to do if you have a Sapphire Swallow in your hand. And now the Cobalt Sparrow can add, I guess we can add a Lastrix to our hand. So we can summon a, what was it called? The 7 Sins, right? Okay, so we can activate Sapphire Swallow in our hand to summon the Lastrix. Boom, boom. And what we can do here is we can actually overlay for a Nightingale if we wanted to, but we can also go for a Recite Starling. I think going for the Nightingale is going to be good because we're taking a lot of damage during the end phase. But first of all, let's tribute the Lastrix, summon the Ultimate Falcon, and then we can overlay there we go, 7 Sins on top of that. And then we can summon the Assembly Nightingale, I think. Well, we could summon the Assembly Nightingale, but we can also go for something else instead. I'm gonna go for the Assembly Nightingale here, just because we do have a Stoic Challenge and stuff in our hand, so and we do have the Instant Fusion. I think this is pretty good for first turn, mostly because I am taking 2,000 damage. I don't want to take too much damage on my opponent's turn, so I'm going to use Assembly Nightingale to protect me. So that's why I have that. Now, oh my god, yes, he's playing a 60 card deck, he's gonna lot mowing. So that is completely not okay. That is a lot of stuff right there in his grave. Minerva, Wolf, Trick Clown. Okay, so he's gonna get a lot of stuff. Good thing he can't target the Assembly Nightingale. I'm gonna be safe. He can't wipe my field or anything like that. Unless he somehow makes an Ignister, I guess, but it's Lightsworns, so not too worried about that. Even if JD comes down to the field, it's not too bad. He's gonna, oh, okay, he's probably gonna go for a Trishula. That would actually be really bad. That can get rid of either the 7 Sins or the Nightingale. I prefer he didn't get rid of the Nightingale, but we'll see what he does. Probably gonna get rid of the Mystic Piper in the grave, so I can't Kinkabio it back, but don't really know. Okay, so I'm going to definitely use Assembly Nightingale's effect here against the Trishula, just in case he banishes my Nightingale. I'm going to detach something that's not too important right now, so I think I'm going to detach the Sapphire Swallow. Actually no, the Turquoise Warbler doesn't do anything in the grave, so that's completely fine, because one little thing that I need to clear up is that Turquoise Warbler gets its effect when it's special summoned from the hand, and that text wasn't, or that it wasn't programmed to YGOPro the first time I was playing the deck. So basically what happened was I was able to use Turquoise Warbler's effect when I summoned it from the grave with Kinkabio and stuff that I did in my Duel video. You can't really do that in real life actually, so okay, so he's gonna go for this Fairy Tale Snow, but he can't target the Assembly Nightingale. So if he doesn't banish this with Trishula, then he kind of has no outs to my field. Okay, so he is going to go for that, but the thing is, he can't do any damage to me, is the thing. So I'm going to be safe for a little bit. Oh man, he banished the Instant Fusion from my hand. That's kind of a big blow, because I needed that for the Thousand Eyes Restrict. So he banished the Lastrix, which is completely fine because, again, I don't have any more targets for Lastrix. I kind of switched up my deck from last time, so we'll see where this goes from here. He's probably going to make a Castell or something to put back these 7 Sins. Gonna suck, but can't really do anything. Oh, okay, so he's going to use the Silent Honor Arc to take my 7 Sins from me. completely fine, because I'm not going to die this turn, and I do have a soul charge, so there is that. He can't do anything in terms of battle phase. Okay. Yeah, because the Assembling Nightingale protects me from all battle damage this turn, so, or all damage, just period. I could have used Assembling Nightingale's effect actually on my first turn to protect me from taking 7,000 points of damage, but, yeah, there is that. Okay, so we can special summon one from the hand or graveyard, so we're gonna do that. This will give us a free summon in terms of Cobalt Sparrow, and then that will give us another search, which will be nice. Oh, he's gonna use snow to put this face down. Interesting. Okay, that is completely fine, I believe. So we'll just see where he goes from here. So I have to go against the 101 Trishula. See, here's the cool thing about Lyrical Luscinias is that they don't really care what the opponent's playing. It doesn't really matter what they have on the field. As long as it doesn't really negate anything, then it's completely fine. Oh, okay, he's going to go for the Necro face. Interesting. Well, I'm definitely going to use Cobalt Sparrow to search. Okay, so I can put this one face down, completely fine. Doesn't really matter, because I can just search another one. So yeah, I can search another one so my XYZ can't be targeted by card effects. And let's see. Yeah, if I get one of these, then I can summon it. I can definitely overlay, and then I can soul charge back some stuff. What's in my graveyard? Okay, so it's just a Lastrix in my graveyard. So I'm probably just going to grab the Cobalt Sparrow. And, okay, let's see what he banished from my deck. Mystic Piper's Kinkabio. Okay, that is completely fine. Completely fine. So he just banished these 5 cards. That's not too bad, actually. Okay, so what did he banish? He banished Revival Golem, Felice, Soul Recharge, and a Raiden. Okay, so his banishes weren't that great, but let's see. We can definitely summon this, overlay for Recite, Recite Starling, and then Recite Starling can search, but that doesn't really do anything. We could go for a Princess Sprite, actually. I think that's a pretty good idea. We can go for a Princess Sprite. That will grab us a quick draw. Or it'll mill a monster, which is completely fine as well. So let's do this. Detach the Cobalt Sparrow, because I want the targeting protection if I do Soul Charge. Ooh, the Instant Fusion. Okay, this is where things get funky. We're gonna get funky up in here. Okay, Instant Fusion back. The 1,000 Eyes Restrict. Yes, give me this. 1,000 Eyes Restrict will take the Trishula. So we get the strongest monster possible out of the way. We could take the snow, I guess. That is a thing that we could do. Okay, so he has another snow in his grave. I forgot to check his entire graveyard. Oh, he has another snow. Okay, probably would have been a good idea to check his entire graveyard. He's playing the Gandora. Okay, he's playing Gandora Lightsworns. Gotcha, gotcha. I thought he was just playing pure Lightsworns. I just didn't even notice these things. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, so he has a snow. This baits out the other snow. That's completely fine. Flipping down the 1,000 Eyes Restrict. Now, what I can do is I can Soul Charge for some monsters. That is definitely a thing I can do. And he's probably going to flip the 1,000 Eyes Restrict face down, but that destroys the Trishula, so it doesn't matter. He's going to put the Princess Sprite face down. It doesn't really matter if he does. Okay, so he's going to put the 1,000 Eyes Restrict face down. That is completely fine, because I do have Soul Charge for 2. I can Soul Charge for I can Soul Charge for Sapphire Swallow and Cobalt Sparrow, and that allows me to attach something else as material. So let's do that. Sapphire Swallow and the Cobalt Sparrow. So if we summon these, oh man, I wish these two were face up, but it doesn't really matter. He does have another snow, but we're gonna go for a Assembling Nightingale here. Assembly Nightingale would protect us from shenanigans, but we're definitely using this effect to attach the Turquoise Warbler from our graveyard to her through the effect of Sapphire Swallow. So, okay, so now we have an extra material under her. That's pretty good. We can make an F-Zero. That's just a waste, but okay, that's all good. He's probably gonna get rid of the Thousand Eyes Restrict and the Princess. We probably can clear out everything except the Nightingale, actually. Well, not the Cobalt Sparrow, actually, because this will Nightingale protects it. Lyrical Luscinia monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. So that's pretty good. Okay, so summoning the Lumina. Does he have anything in the grave like a tuner? No, he does not. No tuners, but he does have an electromagnetic turtle, so that's something to be careful of. So he's gonna summon the Utopia Lightning. Probably try and cheese me by going to the battle phase immediately, but all you have to do is hold A, and when he gets to the battle phase, then you can activate the Assembly Nightingale's effect. We'll just attach Sapphire Swallow here, and now he can't do any damage to me. So he can still try and cheese me with the Utopia Lightning, but you know, not gonna work. Can hold the A button down. He's probably gonna attack over the other two monsters. Oh, why are you using that? That doesn't work, buddy. It's not how it works. Assembly Nightingale is a pretty good card. It stops me from dying, so I can use all these instant fusions, soul charges, and all that good stuff. Oh, why is he attacking Assembly Nightingale? That's weird. Okay, please leave the Thousand Eyes Restrict up, because oh my god, he left the Thousand Eyes Restrict up. Did he just like think that nothing can be destroyed in battle? Because that's awesome. That is awesome. Now I can use Thousand Eyes Restrict again. Oh boy. That is great. But the thing is, if I flip Thousand Eyes Restrict up, I cannot attack with anything else. That is very important to know. Can't attack with anything else. But, ooh, we got the Harpy's Featherstorm. That is amazing. Okay, so we could take something with the Thousand Eyes Restrict, definitely. Thousand Eyes Restrict can take the Utopia Lightning and attack over some stuff. Cobalt Sparrows here, that's all fine and dandy. So how many materials do we have? We have 2 materials. This only gives 1200 attack to this thing, and this thing can only attack twice. So 1600 twice to face doesn't really, not really too good. And it doesn't really do anything against all of his monsters either. So I think the best course of action here is to flip the Thousand Eyes Restrict, use its effect to take the Utopia the Lightning. Yes, there we go. So then we have a 2500 attack, Thousand Eyes Restrict. Cobalt Sparrow, we can't really do anything with that, but we can definitely enter the battle phase, and we can smack down that Lumina. Don't really want that on the field reviving things, just in case he has more Lightsworns in the grave. Honor Arc doesn't do anything by itself, just little beat stick with some protection, so it's fine. Oh, okay, so he's banishing the Electromagnetic Turtle for this. Interesting, interesting. Well, I'm gonna set down the Harpy's Featherstorm, and basically will stop him from using any monster effects in the next turn, if need be. This will be kind of nice. This has been kind of nice at the first turn, where he summoned the Trishula. He used Lawn Mowing. That would have been great. But okay, he's gonna summon the Michael. Michael is going to probably just banish the Thousand Eyes Restrict, I guess. He can't target the Assembly Nightingale. I don't really care if he banishes the Cobalt Sparrow face down, because I have one as material under the Nightingale. Oh, hitting the back row. Interesting. Well, I'm going to chain this. So he paid 1000 life points for nothing, basically. And he can't really activate anything else for the rest of the turn. Okay, so he's letting it resolve, so no Fairy Tale Snows and shenanigans coming out. He can still attack over the Thousand Eyes Restrict, which is completely fine. Unless, of course, he's going after the Night. Oh, wait, no, that's right. Thousand Eyes Restrict makes it. Thousand Eyes Restrict makes it so he can't attack. Okay, that is great. That is great. So Michael's going to mill. That is completely fine. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's negated until the end phase. Okay. Cool Pen of Gold, though. That's kind of cool. Do we have enough wind monsters to put back? Yes, we do. We have 2. So we can actually put back the Michael, and that'd be kind of cool. We can put back the Michael, but it doesn't really do anything else. We can always crash the Michael, so Utopia Lightning dies. We can steal the Michael. That's kind of cool. But Michael can't really do anything. Oh, no, we gotta get rid of the Michael, actually. So we'll do this. We'll cool Pen of Goldo. We'll put these two back into our deck. And we'll return the Michael to his extra deck, so that's completely fine. We're gonna attack over the 101 with Thousand Eyes Restrict. This card is so good. It's so underrated. Okay, so there we go. That's great. So that's a little tech that I put in, the cool Pen of Goldo, because you do run out of your Lyrical Luscinia monsters pretty quickly. And it can also put back things like Assembly Nightingale and such. So that is also pretty cool. Okay, so he's gonna use the Fairy Tale Snow again while he's banishing like all of his resources just to defend his 101. That's not really a good idea. To be honest, that's not a good idea at all. So he can summon it, put the Thousand Eyes Restrict face down. He's probably gonna kill it next turn because he realized, hey, I can probably attack it. I don't know why he didn't attack it last turn when he should have, but that is completely fine. So we do have Stoic Challenge left. We can use Stoic Challenge on the Assembly Nightingale. If we do want to smack him for damage real quick, we can attack his monsters as well. But it seems like we won't have to be using it for a while. I'm probably just going to use this Assembly Nightingale as stall for a little bit, so I can get some more rank 1s out to help deal with this board here. Yeah, I probably should have used my first Assembly Nightingale to prevent me from taking all of the damage from the Werarthals. At that point, I'd have 5,000 life points, and I'd be sitting on a pretty nice position. But now that Thousand Eyes Restrict is face down, I can attack directly with Assembly Nightingale, poking for that 400 damage. So there is that. He can definitely Fairy Tale Snow again, just banishing a bunch of stuff. But you know, he can't target the Assembly Nightingale. This is gonna be his demise right here. It doesn't matter if he makes another 1,000 blades. It doesn't matter what he does. I'm just gonna keep attacking him directly. So yeah. Alright. I think that's all we can do for this turn, so we're just going to pass and hopefully draw into some more Lyrical Luscinia so I can overlay with the Cobalt Sparrow that's currently face down. The Assembly Nightingale still looking strong. Ooh, look at that Revival Golem. That's a pretty good card actually, with two pretty good effects. If it's sent from the deck to the graveyard, you can special summon it. So it's basically a wolf, and you can add the card, or you can add the card from the graveyard to your hand if you want discard fodder or anything. Okay, so he has Gandoras, but he only has, okay, 2 here. He has 1, so that's all 3 of the new one. He has 1 of the original, and then 2, okay. That is completely fine. All of the Gandoras are now out of the deck. I don't have to worry about this thing going off, because it has to be first special summoned from the hand by sending 2 monsters from the hand or field to the graveyard, and it gains little attack for banished cards. I guess that's why he's running Snows. But it says once per turn you can pay half your life points and apply this effect depending on the number of Gandora monsters with different names currently in your graveyard. But because he doesn't have this in his hand, that's completely fine. Oh, it looks like he's running out of resources too. He has to add the Minerva, which is not that great, unless he's just looking to mill some more stuff. But yeah, we're looking pretty good, even in the face of all these monsters. Lyrical Luscinias just have the ability to hold off like entire fields of like monsters. As long as they don't have an effect negation card that negates Assembly Nightingale's effect, then it's completely fine. Dark Rebellion can't do anything because he can't target Assembly Nightingale, so that is also fine. And he's just going to go straight for the battle phase. Probably going to attack with the Thousand Eyes Restrict, which I can't do anything about, but yeah. We'll wait until he attacks one of our Lyrical Luscinia cards, and then I'll activate Assembly Nightingale's effect. And he won't be able to destroy any of these, essentially. And if Assembly Nightingale does run out of materials, I can just make another rank 1 monster and basically just make an F0, because F0 is a really good card. We're going to put the Cobalt Sparrow into the grave, just in case we can revive it and grab a quick search. So there is that. Let's hopefully draw into a Kinkabillo. I believe we have 2 more in the deck, yes. All our Mystic Pipers are banished, which is fine. You only really needed 1 to resolve. As long as 1's in the graveyard, the Kinkabio can always bring it back for an extra +1 every turn. So that is good. Or +1, potential +2 every turn. So that's great. I run 3 Pipers because when he tributes himself, he leaves the field open. So if you do happen to draw into, what was it called? Turquoise Warbler. There we go. If you happen to draw into Turquoise Warbler, then you could always special Turquoise Warbler immediately and start going off with Lyrical Luscinia plays. So yeah, I definitely think I should have played turn 1 differently. I probably should have activated Assembly Nightingale, prevent me from taking 4,000 damage, because I kind of forgot that, ooh, that is perfect, the Kinkabio. Okay, so it's mostly because I kind of forgot that Wear Off Thou inflicts damage to you, and not as like a cost, like you pay 2,000, so it just inflicts damage. Okay, so Stoic Challenge. Let's see what we can do here. Kinkabio can normal summon. We can grab back 1,000 as a strict. That's kind of cool. But we can grab back Cobalt Sparrow. Cobalt Sparrow can definitely search. Nothing that we search is going to be great though, so there's that. We can make a 3 material monster, which means that Assembly Nightingale will have it will have 600 attack. Can attack 3 times. Then we 600 attack. So each material is 600, so 600 times 3 is 18, 18 plus 6 is 24, we have 2400 attack, Assembly Nightingale that can attack 3 times. I think that is game. I don't think he has anything that can stop us, unless of course he's going to use a snow. If he does use a snow, then we'll play accordingly, but if he lets this go through, okay, so he's going to go for a snow. That is also completely fine. I'm fine with this. Gonna go for a search with the Cobalt Sparrow then. Baiting out all the snows is actually pretty good. He's just banishing so many of his resources that he can't really come back at this point. All I have to do is stall him until he decks out, and that is a possibility that we can go for. Because he can't really get rid of any Lyrical Luscinias, which is actually kind of funny, but yeah, that is the reality of it right now. Oh my god, so he's banishing so many cards. What is in his banished pile? He banished all of his Gandoras. Oh my god, so yeah, so he banished all of his Gandoras basically. He left his other snow, yeah, that's okay. I don't know why he left the Solar Recharge in there. He should have, you know, left his monster on the field, but whatever, that is completely fine. We'll search with the Cobalt Sparrow. He's probably gonna flip the Kinkabio face down, which is fine. So when Kinkabio, oh no, he's gonna flip the Cobalt Sparrow face down. Interesting. So now I can actually just have Kinkabio return back to my hand, and yeah, there is that possibility. We can add a Sapphire Swallow. We could overlay these 2 and search. We can search for a... What's in our graveyard, actually? We can still win. Oh boy, there it is. There's a Turquoise Warbler. Yes, we can still win this. So, all we have to do is search for a Sapphire Swallow. We can overlay these 2 for a Recite Starling. Okay, and Recite Starling... Wait, what is under her as material? We used... Okay, no, there's, what is it? When this card's XYZ summon, you can target one face-up monster in the field, gains 300 attack defense for each XYZ monster material. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. We'll give it to Assembly Nightingale, because she can attack directly. Okay, I thought it was the, I thought it was the Sapphire Swallow triggering, because it's really, weird like that sometimes. Where it'll say something's triggering, but you don't know which effect. Okay, so using the Recite Starling, we're gonna search out something that Sapphire Swallow can summon. So let's see. Can it summon itself? You can summon. Okay, you can only use this effect once per turn. Okay, so we can summon itself. So that's completely fine. That's awesome because we can use its effect twice. Okay. It's XYZ summon effect thing, so you can attach Lyrical Luscinia monsters from your graveyard to it. So what we're going to do is summon these, then we're going to overlay them into an Assembly Nightingale. And now we're going to activate both the attach effects. And actually, is there? I thought we had a turquoise wobbler in here. Oh no, we didn't. Okay, well we do have a. Well, I could have detached from this thing, but it doesn't matter. Right now we have 3 materials under it, so that's completely fine. Activate the Stoic Challenge on this thing, and I think we should be good to go. We can attack directly for a ton of damage. She is protected from targeting, I believe. Oh no, she isn't. No, she's not. She's not protected from targeting. Well, we can always try to attack for game. That was probably a misplay on my part. Yeah, that might have been a misplay on my part. But he does have a snow, but I don't think he's willing to banish anything. So there's that. Probably doesn't realize that he could target this. Wow, that was a... God, that was a long game. But yeah, it just shows you the resilience of Lyrical Luscinia is just never dying. And I don't know what the guy was doing with just his snows. He was doing the right thing in disrupting my plays, but I don't think he disrupted the right cards. Oh, okay, so putting that Cobalt Sparrow face down was kind of good because this thing can now be targeted, but he didn't use his other snow in his grave to banish 7 cards, and I mean that would have been everything that he had, and that would have been really bad, but he was gonna lose, so he had to do it. If you put this thing face down, I would have lost the Stoic Challenge, which would have been fine for me, because I still had 1 Assembly Nightingale with the material, so I can live for another turn, and I did have a Recite Starling that I can do searches with, and my Assembly Nightingale would have protected the Cobalt Sparrow for another turn. Whatever search I got with Recite Starling would have been another monster, so then I would have summoned that, make another rank 1, I could make F-Zeros. So yeah, that was that was a pretty interesting game. It was a pretty long one compared to the Wind Witch ones that we've had. Wow, we went through a lot of our extra deck too. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe for more Lyrical Luscinia content, and leave a comment down below letting me know what I can do to improve. And until next time, take care.